It's everywhere. It's in the media, especially. And people, you have to understand, their job is to make money. These media places are owned by the same people. You know, there's only like two, three people or companies that own all the media companies in this United States. And so I know that I noticed news shows went from telling you objectively what was going on, and your opinion shows came on Sunday, like Meet the Press, uh, 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes did a very, they did various stories. However, they would cover things too. And so these were shows that particularly served a niche. And so you got to break from that. And then late night will come. So you had Johnny Carson, David Letterman, Arsenio Hall. Even for a minute there, Pat Sajak from Wheel of Fortune had a late night talk show. Shout out if anybody remembers that, if anybody is of my age that is stopped through here or anything like that. Shout out to you if you remember that. But yeah, Pat Sajak even had a show. And um, you just everything had an order, and you had a break for a lot of stuff, you know. And on Saturday nights, you had Saturday Night Live, which, listen, they have some funny skits now, but I remember a time when Saturday Night Live was endlessly funny when they had Eddie Murphy, uh, even when Chris Rock was on there, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, of course, rest in peace. Tim Meadows, Dana Carvey. They had a heck of a cast throughout their tenure in the early days. And so, you had that to look forward to. And then some of you, I hope, remember Friday night videos. And they would come on like at maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, depending on your time frame. Now, I grew up in Nebraska, so that came on at 12 o'clock at night. So I don't know why they called it Friday night videos, because technically it was Saturday morning. But whatever the case may be, they had that on. And so there was always this routine, and it was always the things that would, everything seemed to kind of cooling you down at the end of the day. And now you look at it, and I don't know what's news anymore. I really don't. Every news channel has an opinion that has to be spoke about the news, rather than allowing the public to form their opinion. Their facts are rooted in opinion, if that makes sense. And then these people, they do these same talking points, and then they go for the jugular every time. It used to be you had to be desperate to go for the jugular on somebody. And now it's just like everybody just attacks one another and say, well, this person did it, so it's okay for me to do it. Okay, so if this person is immoral, you think matching that immorality somehow makes you better?